welcome to our webinar today. I'll talk at length about how you can use SharePlus to make your mobile users more productive, and we'll go over a wide variety of examples of how SharePlus can add value to your mobile initiatives internally. So to start off, we have been around as a company for 24 years. We have been working on SharePlus specifically for the last 5 years. We have more than 300 employees. We have offices all over the world. I'm based in the London office here in Europe, and I work directly with Shaco, and I also support customers here in Europe, but we have offices all over the world. We provide support to all of our customers on a 24/5 basis, and very importantly, we have more than 70,000 mobile active users for SharePlus. SharePlus is also one of the applications that were featured as a top business application by Apple, so we have been recognized by Apple on a number of occasions on the App Store. So SharePlus is well known, well recognized as a way to enable mobile users to access content stored in SharePoint. And you'll hear a lot more about that later on. But first, let me also say a couple of words about our partnership with Arrix. We've had a partnership with them since 2014. As Shaco mentioned, they're our exclusive partner in the Netherlands. We've been very happy to work with them over time. They have set up and supported a number of SharePlus customers in the Netherlands, and with their SharePoint expertise, they have also developed a high level of expertise with SharePlus, and that has enabled them to build a custom solution for digital meetings that's based on SharePlus, that goes above and beyond what SharePlus itself can do for you. So let's take a look at SharePlus more generally and go into each of the aspects that make it such a productive tool for enterprise mobile workers. So these are the 4 pillars. We'll go through them one by one. So stay connected. This is a very important one. Obviously, when you're on a mobile device, you want to be able to access your content that's stored inside the company enterprise data systems, and SharePlus gives you a complete SharePoint experience on the mobile device, and it allows you to connect to SharePoint and Office 365 sites. Very importantly, it gives you native support for all types of SharePoint content. So this isn't a web view that only works in online mode. It's a fully native application which gives you a fast and responsive UI to access all types of SharePoint content. So whether you have sites, document libraries, picture galleries, calendars, lists, and so on, surveys, you can all access these. And you can see in this screenshot on the right, a wide variety of these content types are available, and all of them can be downloaded for offline use when you as a user, for example, are on the ground or in a tunnel or somewhere inside a building where you don't have connectivity. You can still have full access to all the content that you have previously downloaded for offline synchronization. So in addition to accessing a wide variety of content data sources with offline synchronization, SharePlus gives you enterprise search, so you can search for your content across all these content types. Also, in addition to SharePoint and Office 365, SharePlus allows you to connect to your Windows file shares. So if you have still Windows file shares, you can connect to them directly from inside the application, and you can access the files in those. Also, we natively support OneDrive for Business. So OneDrive for Business appears as just another data source right inside the application, so you don't need to worry about installing or managing the OneDrive for Business app. All your users have access to the shared content that's available in SharePoint and Office 365 and the private content within their personal OneDrive for Business. So this is very important for productivity because users don't transfer content from one application to another, but everything stays within the same application, secured and easily managed for your use. In addition to these two, we also support Google Drive and Dropbox if you are using any cloud-based storage for your content. So anytime anyone talks about content on mobile devices, the first question that comes to mind is security. How do you secure the content for offline use? So all the content on the device is fully encrypted using the 128-bit AES encryption. Basically, this is the same encryption that's used by the mail application to encrypt your emails. This is hardware-based. It's provided by iOS itself. SharePlus also allows you to configure a passcode lock that's on the application level. You can see this on the left here, and also secure data wipe. We allow you to configure the application centrally, and this is very important because it allows you to create a user experience that's highly configured that the user can use in a very productive way the very first time they open the application. So when they open the application, they can immediately see the sites that you've configured for them. And if you, for example, want to prevent them from sending emails or taking screenshots of any content, you can also do that inside SharePlus as well. A key part of security is also integration with security systems already out there in place in enterprise security environments, and you can see some examples below. These are some of the big players that are out there providing MDM systems. AirWatch, for example, Mobile Iron, Citrix. We have special versions of SharePlus for these MDM vendors. MDM stands for Mobile Device Management. Basically, it's a server that allows you to administer your mobile devices, to push applications to them from the server, and to enforce policies in terms of access, in terms of permissions, and so on. So all of these solutions also allow you to deploy the application in a container inside the mobile device that is managed by these solutions, and to also communicate with the server over a secure channel. So we have specific versions for these three MDM vendors, and we integrate with the advanced capabilities they provide. And we have a big number of customers using these, and we've offered these for a number of years. So if you are using any of these MDM servers, we'll fully integrate with the advanced capabilities they provide. If you're using any other MDM server, they can by default deploy SharePlus as is. If deeper integration is needed, there's wrappers that they provide that will allow you to add support for any advanced functionality for SharePlus as well. The next important point that I'd like to mention is how SharePlus integrates content and data. SharePlus allows you to create dashboards using a wide variety of data sources, for example, SharePoint lists, Excel, spreadsheets stored in SharePoint, and also your traditional enterprise data sources such as relational databases, analysis services, data cubes, reporting services, Oracle, CRM systems, and so on. But on a very basic level, I think what's used in a wide variety of settings is Excel spreadsheets stored in SharePoint, and we fully support that. I'll later show you an example during the demo of one of these dashboards, but basically we can connect to a wide variety of data sources and visualize the data using a big variety of widgets, charts, maps, gauges, as you can see here, to show your business users how they can, where they are in terms of a process they're managing, or in terms of a process that they're a part of, to see their metrics and to very quickly react. And this is very important because it's a part of SharePlus itself, so they don't need to leave SharePlus. They're already connected to SharePoint, so we're allowing them to retrieve this data and very easily visualize it. They can create visualizations on their own, or they can use visualizations created for them by someone else. So you'll see a quick example of this in the application later on. The next major point that I'd like to touch on is mobile workspaces. Basically, mobile workspaces give you quick access to the content optimized on your specific use case. And this is very important because very often in SharePoint you have so many sites, so many document libraries, it's hard to find your way around. It takes too long. And on a mobile device, when you're in the field, when you don't have a lot of time, when you're surrounded by people, you want to get to content very quickly and you don't have a lot of time. And this is where mobile workspaces come in. Basically, these are customized navigation front ends that are created, that you can create by yourself using templates we provide, or that can be created for you on a custom basis. Basically, the goal is to only display the data that you're interested in. In this case, we're looking at one such example mobile workspace. It's showing you a list of sites on the left under projects, a list of meetings you have, and a list of resources. And these are all tied to different items in SharePoint. For example, the resources is tied to a document library, the meetings is tied to a calendar, and the project management dashboard shows you one of those dashboards I just showed you a couple of slides ago, and the project is basically a list of sites. So we're creating a customized view of what the user needs to accomplish a goal, and this is as you can see, branded. You have a choice between, you know, any color you like, any scheme you like, and also it's fully offline capable. So as long as all this content works offline, the mobile workspace will work offline, and with a single tap, the user will be able to open any of these documents or sites for offline use. There is a sample that I'll show you during the demo, so you'll very quickly see how valuable these are to end user productivity. So these are standard mobile workspaces. You can create them very easily based on a template. We also allow you to create custom mobile workspaces where really the sky is the limit. You're in full control over the layout and over what content exactly is being displayed. You can see these mobile workspaces render on an iPad as well as on an iPhone. So they are responsive in the way they render themselves, and users can use them on any device at all. So creating a custom mobile workspace requires knowledge of HTML and the API that we expose. This is what Arrix have actually used to build the digital meetings workspace from scratch, and we're very happy they've been able to do that, and we've supported them during the process. So let's take a look at some examples of how specifically SharePlus is used across different industries. So the first kind of very big use case is content access for people in the field. There's a lot of salespeople out there visiting customers, and they need access to their sales documents, product documentation, meetings, and so on. So what you see here is a mobile workspace created for salespeople. You can see how easy I can access my sales documents, my meetings. I can also access any sales collateral from, you know, that my colleagues have exposed for me, or I can also access my top opportunities. Any of these links can also point to a web page, so if I'm online, I can easily open a page on an internal portal or something else. So this basically ensures that your salespeople are equipped to have any conversations in the field referring to the latest versions of documents, because every time there's a new version on the server, the product documentation automatically gets synchronized down to the mobile device of any of these salespeople. We have big customers in the pharma sector, Merck, Roche. These are global pharmaceutical giants which use SharePlus to enable their sales representatives to easily have productive discussions with their customers in the field. Another big use case for us is field operations. Basically, this is often used by maintenance people who need to be out there to service equipment, whether it's massive HVAC units for climate control inside big buildings, or whether it's some sort of electrical equipment that's deployed somewhere in the field. Field operatives need access to manuals and equipment documentation. in the field, and this is again supported with offline availability and with a customized mobile workspace, which you can see here. You can see the different colors, different branding, the 6 panels, and how easy it is for a customer, for a user to directly access their service manuals, warranty information, their inspection documents, and they can also submit a service ticket directly from the application, which launches an in-text form, and allowing them to fill out an inspection, a service ticket. The next example is paperless meetings. We have a major customer here in Europe. It's the European Commission, as well as the Canadian House of Commons. Basically, this allows you to run meetings without printing masses and masses of documents ahead of time. Basically, all of the users are using iPads with SharePlus connected to sites in SharePoint where all the meeting content is saved. This allows you to access the agenda, the list of meetings, the follow-up items, and so on. And this is exactly where Arrix have created a custom solution allowing you to access content like that. Another example of the use of SharePlus is in healthcare. Basically, this is for health professionals who need to access any hospital bulletins, any updated documents on procedures or how to handle certain situations, also meetings and key KPIs. So you can see using roughly the same template in all of these 3 or 4 examples, we're able to support a wide variety of use cases and to also brand these very well. I hope you see how offline content access can be critical to all of these users. But in addition to content access, we can empower users to be more productive by mobile data entry. This is very useful in industries such as construction. And this is an example of a mobile workspace that we've created at Infragistics as an example for such a use case. So what does this allow you to do? This allows you to equip the foreman on a job site, on a construction site with a mobile device, and to give them access to all the manuals, all the safety information, all the procedures they need. So whether it's how to work a certain equipment or how to dispose of certain materials, they have access to all of this content, whether they're in a basement of a building that they're just building or whether they're in a tunnel. And in addition to that, very importantly, and this is where the data entry comes in, they're able to submit site reports. For example, we have just put in place a certain column, and you can document that with images, and all of that gets automatically uploaded back to the office, and you can run workflows based on that. You can also use it for audit purposes. You can also very quickly put these images on a public-facing website to keep your customers, to keep your partners up to date on what's the latest on the construction site, progress being made, and also internally you can submit your weekly safety checklist. For example, every time we leave the job site for the weekend or for the night, certain equipment needs to be secured. For example, ladders can't be left lying around, or equipment can't be left on, and there's a checklist that's run, and you can easily document that with images as well. Major customers in this use case are Skanska here in Europe, Skanska Nordic. They have quite a few hundred users in Sweden. They're digitizing their work on construction sites, which is what's happening across the entire construction industry. We have a couple construction company clients in the States, but we also have one in the Netherlands. It's Van Wijnen. They're using SharePlus for exactly the same purpose, to submit site reports, to submit safety checklists from the field, as well as access content that's already stored in SharePoint, such as manuals and safety instructions. So how can you support this use case of mobile data entry? Basically, you need to create the content inside SharePoint itself. You need to create lists and surveys and task lists to track the data you'd like to gather from the field, along with the document libraries where all your documentation is stored. And then all of these lists and surveys and task lists will then be exposed to the end users using SharePlus. And they'll be able to access these in offline mode in the field. Even if they are in a tunnel or in a basement, they'll be able to submit any new items, which will be synchronized when they connect to a Wi-Fi network or when they go above ground and they have cellular coverage. So all of that will be covered there. In addition to this, of course, anytime you have lists, you can create workflows on the back of those, and you can automate a lot of the work that that happens after a list item is submitted. So, for example, you can track incidents, or you can track the amount of materials that's on site. For example, if the amount of materials starts running low, you can automatically send emails internally to the right people, or you can place orders. If certain exceptions need to be made to certain rules, that can trigger events internally as well, and different users might get tasks assigned to them, or emails sent, or approvals may be required. So there's a lot of automation you can do on the back of lists and tasks and surveys to increase productivity internally with the help of workflows. We have a partnership with Nintex. I'm sure at least some of you have heard of Nintex. Nintex is the market leader in SharePoint-based workflow solutions, and they deliver forms and workflow solutions to customers in a variety of industries. We have a partnership with them for 2 years now, and we can integrate with the Nintex mobile app, and you can easily invoke it from inside SharePlus. So Nintex gives you the best SharePoint-based workflow product, and SharePlus gives you the best SharePoint mobile experience. So when you put these two together, we provide workflow and content access on mobile devices. Forms, workflow, and content are integrated. The user is always in context, so from SharePlus, they directly can launch Nintex with a single tap, and in SharePlus, you can do a lot of your content-related work, and in Nintex, you can do your data entry. So you don't have to use Nintex for data entry, but if you are already using Nintex with all the forms and workflows that go along with that solution, you can easily mobilize that with SharePlus because we integrate with them. If you don't use Nintex, you can easily create the lists that you need to track data, and you can enter data in those from SharePlus itself. And I'll show this in the demo just in a couple minutes. So a big aspect of any mobility initiative is how do you administer, how do you configure the mobile application. We give you access to a management console, which we call EMM, Enterprise Mobility Management System. This allows you to administer the application in a very, very easy way. Basically, we allow you to create configurations for different groups of users. We allow you to add users, assign them to different groups, and each and every group can have its own configuration of the application. So Group 1 accesses sites 1 and 2, and Group 2 accesses sites 5 and 6. And also you can very easily create mobile workspaces that I showed you earlier based on a template using a code-free visual designer on our website. So this is a big productivity booster because you can create these customized mobile workspaces on your own with a visual experience that's point and click. You basically just create the mobile workspace yourself in the browser, and then it appears inside your SharePlus. So this is how easy we've made it to administer and to configure SharePlus using an online experience that's included in your subscription as a SharePlus customer. So I've talked for quite a bit now, maybe 20 minutes. So let me jump into a demonstration so I can show you what I was referring to earlier. So I am sharing the screen of my iPad with you. So you can see SharePlus here, specifically the construction workspace. This is the application home. This is the first thing that the user sees when they open the application. You can see there's a panel on the left. We can actually configure SharePlus to hide this. So at that point, you don't even have to tell users about SharePoint. You don't need to tell them about sites and lists and anything else. Basically, you're giving them a completely self-contained experience that's targeted towards their needs, uses their words, the way they refer to things, whether it's manuals or safety manuals. You can edit all this text, manual, safety. Each of these widgets you can fully customize in terms of colors, in terms of header, in terms of what list they're tied to or what document library are tied to. The contents are automatically refreshed every time the user opens this workspace. So anytime you add new content to the document library on the server, it will automatically be downloaded to the mobile device and it will appear in this list and the user will be able to easily open it. So let's say I'm interested in learning about scaffold use and I can see this is the first document in the manuals. I'll just tap on it and it opens immediately, right? This is the value of using SharePlus, and this is the value of using mobile workspaces, that all the content you need is within a single tap. I don't have to navigate 5 sites in. Again, another advantage of using SharePlus is that in the PDF editor, in the PDF viewer, we also have PDF search. So if I'm interested in scaffolding, I can search for scaffolding across all of my entire PDF document. So instead of looking up and down the document, trying to find the content I need, as a mobile user, I need to be productive. I need to find content very quickly. Using the search capability, I can find it. If I want to annotate it, I can. I can make notes for myself. I can also, if any corrections are needed, I can email this back. This is incorrect. Please modify. I can easily save that as a draft for myself, or just save it for everyone else if I'm allowed to, or send it back to my boss, for example, saying we need to correct this. There's some changes in this standard, and I can do all of this from my mobile device. And this is where the value of an integrated experience comes from. The fact that the user is not leaving the application, they're able to access content, access data very quickly with a single tap, annotate, search, and go back to whatever they're doing in the real world, because no one's sitting on a desk using a mobile device. They're not 100% devoted to that. They're doing something else, and they just need the mobile device for a quick reference check or to upload some data. So what else can we do here in this mobile workspace? So you can see I have all my construction projects on the left. So let's say I want to check up on the on any progress we've made on one of them, Center High School. So I tap on it, and this opens a second level mobile workspace. So from the site that we're using to track any content related to this high school project, we're pulling content from the document libraries and lists directly into this view. So you can see we have a second level experience that's per construction site that allows me to easily access the latest the latest field reports, the latest incident reports, the contacts, who's working there, the on-site meetings, so I know when the next meeting is. Let's say I want to turn up and just get an update from everyone there. This is how I know where their meetings are and when they're happening. So I hope you appreciate how productive I can be as a construction worker out there in the field, or maybe even as a someone who's responsible for a few construction sites at the same time. I can keep track of what's new. I can keep track of where we are in terms of completion. I can keep track of what's happening, and also very importantly, I can take a look at the metrics. So if I'm interested in safety reports, right here in the middle we have this one widget that when tapped I can open the dashboard that I showed you, that I talked about earlier, showing me critical statistics on where we are in terms of incidents. So how many incidents have we had? What's the trend? Is it going up? Is it going down? You can see this chart on top. All of this, these are all live widgets. These are all live native native pieces of UI. It's not a web view. All of this also works offline. I can easily see the breakdown by worker type of the accidents, who's had most accidents, whether it's my full-time employees or part-time that are having accidents and so on. So you can see there's a wide variety of things we can do directly from inside the application. And let's say I'm someone who's really important. I want to email an image of this to one of my colleagues and to tell them, oh, you know what, we're having a lot of incidents this year, but instead of typing an email, I can just very quickly annotate this. So I activate the annotation tools and I just say, whoa, this is a lot. We can't be doing this. What's your plan to fix this, right? So this immediately gets attached to an email and I can send it. So without typing, I can communicate, and this is very important on a mobile device because it's clear no one's going to write a novel on the mobile device. They're just going to very quickly look at some metrics and make a decision. Are we running low on materials? Are we having too many accidents? Are we too far behind in terms of our completion on a certain job site? And communicate directly based on that. Of course, I can email this whole dashboard to some of my colleagues if I want them to also be able to view this for themselves, to generate an updated version every time they open it, or I can export it into a PDF, into a PowerPoint slide, and so on for a presentation. But I think in general, the second you export it, it's out of date, so it's best to just use the live dashboard itself, which gets refreshed all the time. So where does all this data come from? And so let's say all these safety reports, how do they get submitted? So right underneath here, we have an item which is called Submit New Report. I have earlier created a list in SharePoint called Incidents, and I have linked this panel, this little widget to it. So when I tap on it, it directly opens a new item dialog. So I can, with a single tap, I can submit a new inspection right now. So of course, you can create your own set of columns. I've created just 3 columns here. Are my ladders secure? Yes or no? Is the waste disposal secured? Yes, no. Are all the machines turned off? Yes, no, and so on. Title, safety, inspection. And let's say you require the user to enter a picture alongside with a job ID. I can tap here on the job center ID and I can pick the job site ID from this list. This is a lookup from another list that's also been synchronized for offline use, and I can complete this entire form in offline mode. Let's say I want to submit a picture to show that my ladder is secure and that my machine is turned off. So I'll tap on this little icon here right under status picture, and this brings up a variety of options for the selection of a photo. So you can select a photo from the ones you've already taken, or you can take a photo on the spot. So I'll tap Take Photo, and this launches the camera for the application. You can see our office carpet. So I'll tap, I'll take a photo right here and I'll use this photo. So this photo now will now get uploaded. I'll select quality normal, so it gets uploaded quicker. I have a special upload library for inspection pictures. This is all pre-configured. I'll tap done, and we're all set. This content is now getting uploaded. If we are in offline mode, all of this will be uploaded automatically the next time the user is online. So you can see how easily I'm able to access a manual using this top widget here, access any of the sites that I'm responsible for using the projects on the left, access all my metrics in the safety reports earlier when I showed you the dashboard, and also submit a new report. I'm able to do data entry from the field with the with an accompanying picture. The picture, of course, as it's taken by an iPad or an iPhone, every picture also contains data on where it's actually taken, and you can read the headers of the picture. This is the so-called EXIF data, and you can get the exact GPS location of the picture. And this allows you to also position it where the picture was taken, when it was taken, and so on. And this gives you a lot of really good input for any workflows that you're running on the back of this data once it gets to SharePoint. This is how easy it is to set these up, and this is how easy it is to use them. Maybe something else I'd like to show you here, just to keep all of my employees up to date on what's happening. We have announcements right at the bottom, so I've tied this to a SharePoint announcement list. So I can tap on it, and I can I can immediately see this piece of news, what's happening, what's latest. You know, we have new hire orientation. Okay, what's happening there? Your training starts by the end of August. Managers will contact you. Great, perfect. This is how you can keep in touch with your users. Of course, you can access, if you really like to, you can access the sites themselves by tapping on content. And of course, you'd much rather have your users access everything through a mobile workspace. But if you'd like to go through the sites themselves, you can tap on content, and here's when I see all my sites, my OneDrive for Business, my local files, and when I tap on these, I can see this is the native view that you saw on one of my slides earlier, and this is how you can access the some of these documents that you have. So this is how you can use the mobile workspaces for this kind of work. Maybe something else that I really wanted to show you, just as an example of how flexible SharePlus is how easy it is to mobilize all of this on a phone, because the reality is that your construction workers, they may not carry the iPad all around the job site with them. Not everyone has one. Maybe there's one or two on the whole job site, and they're not shared among everyone. So this is where not everyone really has an access to a tablet. But however, SharePlus fully supports phones, and this is where we can easily enable you to access all of this content on a mobile phone with SharePlus. So what I'll do right now is I'll connect to this same screen sharing system from my phone, and I'll show you the exact same construction launchpad, construction mobile workspace, and we'll show you how easy it is to do exactly the same thing from the mobile device. Because at the end of the day, the device that gets used is the device that's with you already, and all of us carry our mobile phones all the time. So you have exactly the same functionality here. You can see search, content, favorites, everything's here if you want to access your sites, virtually the same UI. However, this is the construction modified mobile workspace that I showed you earlier. I can access all the different widgets that I showed you earlier. It's obviously a different way of doing this. I need to switch between them because only one of them is in view at any one point, because obviously the phone's resolution is much smaller. So I can submit a safety report again right from right on my phone, and I tap notes. Well, safety report, ladders are secure, everything's secure, job site ID, and again, I can select between two of my projects, Central School or Charity Hospital. Let's say this is for the Charity Hospital. And again, I'll upload a picture, tap on the new picture dialog, and again, the camera's on. You can see our meeting room. I'm taking a photo of a part of our meeting room, and I'm using that photo. Again, I'll select normal for a lower quality of the image. And what you see here at the bottom right is a little arrow. This allows me to access the GPS location of the device. So let's say I'll tap here, get location, allow SharePlus to access your location, yes, allow, and now I will get the exact location of my mobile device pasted into the clipboard, and I'll be able to paste that into a text field. It's getting a while to get the location. I'm not sure why. Oh, okay, there we go. This is the format of the location. I'll copy it to the clipboard. I can select the exact format. There we go. It's copied to the clipboard, and I can paste that here. Safety report, paste. That's it. And of course, I can create another column. Right now, I'm adding it to the safety report, which isn't really great. Ideally, you would create a column called location, and you can ask the user to do that. Or if you're saving a picture, even better, the location's in the picture already. You don't need to ask the user to do what I just did. So all of that can be automated. So I'm saving this, and it's saved back to the server, and it's all available on there for you to very easily process from that point on with any workflows or anything else that you use. I just wanted to show you very quickly the mobile workspace designer. Let me just very quickly get the right URL in this case. Okay, workspace builder, there we go. This is where you can easily create your workspaces from scratch. You can select from a variety of layouts, and for each of these, you can select a theme, for example. Let's say I want this theme, I want a different color, and I want to have, let's say, this theme, or let's say this one. And here you can customize each of these panels, right? And you can point them to a document library or a calendar or a highlighted resource or an in-text widget or a list of sites. So this is how easy it is. Basically, for each of these, you would put in a URL in this field, and then you export that, and it's available inside your SharePlus app for your users to directly use. So this is how easy it is to create these mobile workspaces and to enable your users to be fully productive out in the field. So I know I spoke for quite a while, but I hope I've demonstrated to you how SharePlus can increase the productivity of mobile users and how it can make them go above and beyond simple content access. They can also add content from the field, integrating what they see. For example, is a ladder secured or not, or is the machinery turned off, along with a photo of whatever they're seeing. And this allows you to do a lot more in the office on the back of that, with workflows, with approvals, with task assignments, with reporting, with uploading of these pictures to a public-facing site to keep your customers up to date on what's the latest. So SharePlus can be a part of all that, and basically sits with the employee. So it's at the start of the whole process. So if you feel like you'd like to improve the productivity of mobile users based on content they access in SharePoint or network file shares, any other content repository, please consider SharePlus. It's an enterprise-ready solution. As I said earlier, we have a number of enterprise level customers that use it on a daily basis, and they rely on it to submit their safety reports, to access their product level information, and to ultimately be more productive and build on the success of their mobile strategy. So with this being said, thank you for your time on this. I'd be very eager to hear any questions. Please free to contact us at Infragistics or contact Arrix if you have any questions later on. We provide a free trial of SharePlus, and we can enable it with the mobile workspaces that I showed you. These are actually available for your evaluation. You can sign up for a trial on our website, and you can easily select which mobile workspace you'd like to have, you'd like to use during your trial. So it's a very easy evaluation process. Please, as I said earlier, contact us with any questions. Talk to us about your mobile strategy, about your needs. We have quite a bit of experience. We've been selling this product for 5 years now to enterprise customers, and we have experience mobilizing, anywhere from 10 mobile users to 800 to 1,000 mobile users. We have experience with all the MDM vendors, so we can share a lot of what we've learned in these mobilization initiatives to make yours a success. So please talk to us. The more we know about what you're trying to achieve and the environment you have, the more we can help you. So with this being said, thank you once again. And have a great day.